What's up, you guys? Quasi here, welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to talk about the Flying Cup. It's still a couple of weeks away, but I myself am very excited about it, and I wanted to talk about the meta as well as what Pokemon we should really be powering up in preparation for this Flying Cup. And I think a valid question is, should I even power up Pokemon since it's only going on for, 6 hours on that Go Battle Night? And I think the answer is yes, just because there are a lot of Pokemon in the Flying Cup that I think are meta that you can also use in Great League. And also, I don't think Niantic will just be doing this once. I think the Flying Cup, will return. So, I do think that it is worthwhile to power up Pokemon for this if you have the resources to do so. I'm at pvpoke.com and I've made a custom meta list for the Flying Cup, and you can access it in the description below. I have a link. Well, I have a pretty much text that you just hit import here, and you can just copy and paste that text into here and just hit import, and it's gonna import this custom meta for you. And I basically made this custom meta just looking at PvPoke's rankings. If you just filter by flying Pokemon, a lot of them aren't meta relevant, so I have removed a lot to reduce the list down to just these 14 Pokemon. So just kind of going through them, we have Aerodactyl with the rock type doing super effective damage to other flyers, and then the same with Zapdos and Articuno with the electric and ice types. And then we have Skarmory and Altaria, both popular Great League picks. We have Gligar, Drifblim, Gyarados, Dragonite, we have Golbat, Pelipper, Noctowl, Mantine, and the new Pokemon Emolga, obviously with that electric type. So some of these are definitely going to be more meta relevant than others, so I thought I would go ahead and suggest which ones I think that are worthwhile to power up. And the first one is going to be this Aerodactyl. We already pulled it up here, running Rock Throw, Rock Slide, and Earth Power. The rock type damage is going to provide a lot of good coverage and doing super effective damage. You win 64% of the matchups, and you're really only going to lose to Gligar, Mantine, Skarmory, and Gyarados, and these are all really close matchups. And I believe in the 2-shield, the only one you actually lose to is WATERFALL Gyarados. I don't believe Gyarados is going to be super common. I could be wrong, but Gyarados is just super squishy in the Great League. And then Zapdos, which is really common, is going to destroy it. And as Aerodactyl, you're also going to be doing super effective damage to Gyarados with the Rock Throw, so you're not going to be walled. So Aerodactyl is just a super strong pick. I believe it's going to be kind of like the Metagross of Flying Cup. It's just going to be everywhere. Everyone's going to run it. You're going to have to run it, and you're going to have to account for how to counter it. And if you run it with one of its something that can cover its weaknesses, that's definitely going to be super strong. And Aerodactyl is out in the wild right now, so I definitely will be trying to get one, a good IV one for myself. And the second one is going to be Zapdos. With the electric type, you're going to be doing super effective damage to other flyers. We're going to be running, you do need to invest in an elite fast TM to get the Thunder Shock, and obviously Zapdos being a legendary Pokemon is going to be really expensive. You're going to win 71% of the matchups. I believe Shadow Zapdos picks up even more matchups, and you're going to be losing to Aerodactyl and the Dragon types, but I mean, honestly, if you just cover the Aerodactyl, I believe you're going to have, your bases covered. In addition, if you have Emolga, which is a very similar type of Pokemon to Zapdos, I didn't include it here because I think it is a little bit more rare, but that could be very interesting as well. But Zapdos, really strong. And the next one, I think, is going to be Skarmory, and Skarmory is already obviously very strong in Open Great League, and in the Flying Cup, in this meta anyway, you're going to be beating almost 80% of matchups, really only losing to the electric types, as well as Mantine, and you do beat Aerodactyl if you land a Brave Bird. And what's interesting is you could also run Steel Wing instead of Air Slash, which would give you a much better matchup against Aerodactyl, but you do worsen your kind of neutral matchups because Steel Wing is worse in energy generation than Air Slash. But Skarmory, I mean, obviously Aerodactyl would cover both Zapdos and Emolga, and I think that would really form a really strong core, and I think that's going to be very popular since a lot of people do have Skarmory, and like I said, Aerodactyl is just kind of just universally strong in the meta. And then my last pick for this Flying Cup is Mantine. I think Mantine is just incredible, and you really only lose, whoops, I didn't click battle. but you really only lose to the electric types, and Articuno is kind of bait dependent. You have to land a bubble beam bait. If you go straight ice beam, you will lose. But Mantine, obviously with the bubble beam, is very annoying to your opponents because it will have a 100% chance to do an attack debuff. And really with the electric types, you can cover that with Aerodactyl. So if you combine Mantine and Aerodactyl, that's already a very strong core. You'll kind of notice a trend here of combining Pokemon with Aerodactyl. But I think Mantine is kind of possibly an underlooked pick. I don't know how popular it's going to be, but definitely going to be very strong. So these 4 Pokemon are really my picks for the Flying Cup. Let me know if you agree or disagree, or maybe if you think that I missed something in the meta. So I myself am definitely very excited for the Flying Cup. I think it's going to be a very nice change of pace from the Open and Premier Cups that we've been playing. And of these 4 Pokemon, I do have all 4 of them, but I do still have to power up an Aerodactyl and a Zapdos. The Zapdos is going to be really expensive, so definitely not a good budget option. The second move does cost 100,000 Stardust and 100 candy. Even more if you go the Shadow route. I think I will go the Shadow route, just because, you know, it does seem to have better play, and it's just cooler. And you can also still use that in the Great League, so it's not just for the Flying Cup. But let me know in the comments below what teams you'll be running, you know, what Pokemon you're going to want to try out. And let me know if you're excited for the Flying Cup. So, but if you like this video, please like, you know, leave a subscription, ring that notification bell. It would really help me out. And I will see you in the next video.